recordings. I'll show the entire world what I'm looking at, what I'm doing, how many saved videos that I have as well from the time that I got back here. All right. So from January, February, March, April, May is when I started, and when I got back home. My hair kind of does look a little better shoulder length, doesn't it? Maybe I'll give it a little bit of a cut. I kind of deleted a lot of stuff in between because it just wasn't what I was expecting. But when I get an actual camera, that can... I don't know if it works that... I don't know if it works that way. But... my grandma's playing with her dog. I was like, what is going on? Anyway, if I can get a camera that can view the spectrum of light that the cameras are emitting that I'm suspicious of, that's maybe all I really need. Sorry, I know I keep coughing into the mic. I have this stupid cough that won't go away, and it's making my voice even more raspy than usual, and I hate it. I feel like I'm screaming. Sorry for the dogs. Dang it. Alright, what was this? I'm pretty sure it was May 23rd. I'm just trying to make absolutely sure. 14.7 gigabytes. Woof. Yeah, Monday, May 23rd is when I started. Modified Tuesday, May 24th. 24 hours, I'm pretty sure, is I made it. Or I mean, not 24 hours ago, but like it was a 24-hour like stream, I believe, to YouTube. That's when I started. I started on YouTube. And it's just, it did not have the quality. This barely has any quality at all either, but it's way better than YouTube. YouTube kept crashing, it kept kicking me off. And now, at least I get my full stream in there, even if it's nothing. All of this. Live streams, recordings, and I cut out a lot of the middle. Where did I start cutting it out? So November, August? And then September, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so November. Yeah, that's about right. October, September, all the way to May. Yep. And there are a lot of other videos in here that I'm pretty sure I just deleted. Limited space. Just limited space. I'll show how much I have, and I'll just like delete things that I post, or so I don't need to keep everything. I literally have a log of how long I've streamed because Twitch, I mean, they tell you how many hours. This. No? Is that not storage? That's pretty sure that is storage. Don't know why it's... Maybe it's not. Network. OneDrive. Wait, what? Home. Storage. Oh, I see. Oh. Gosh, freaking dang it. All right. I need to eat though, that's for sure. I haven't eaten today. I had coffee, I didn't eat. Did I even drink all my coffee? Guess I did, I don't know. Why are you lagging? Storage. Please. Thank you. Storage. No. Oh my gosh. Storage. No. Why are you being mean to me? What? That was weird. Storage. Whatever. No. No. Why am I trying to show my storage anyway? What does it matter? I'm taking all of, I should just state it again. I'm taking all of this, recordings and live streams, and just making sure that no one's trying to, I don't know, like, just lie about everything. So I'm documenting everything to protect myself, and maybe the possibility of someone trying to say that I did something, because I didn't. That's the entire point. Why is it not? What the actual heck? Loading. I could just go to should have been in there. That little thing is supposed to be like memory or something. Toshiba storage place. Safe, secure, and convenient personal cloud services.url. Oh my gosh. Can we not? The reason I want to show my storage in a recorded video is so I can just post it real quick and say, like, this is how much storage I have. Some videos are getting deleted to make space for important ones. Especially when I'm streaming live and anyone could pop on and just say, hey, like, something bad happened on stream because I'm streaming 24/7. My usage statistics since I started on Twitch, I think I'm almost at like 1,000 hours streaming since I started on Twitch. I'm almost to 1,000. I can check my mail real quick just to make sure. Oops, why check that? I said mail. Why are you doing this? I only clicked once. Am I... What? Bad internet connection. Shouldn't... that shouldn't be slowing this down. Alright, it's not that important. I think I have a terabyte. I think I have a terabyte of storage space. And now my whole PC is just lagging. Wonderful. So you get it. Use pattern. And it's asking again. Why not? 3 hours ago, my Twitch stream summary. View full summary. What? I'm stupid, so I'm just trying to figure this out. Why it was in there before about the amount of hours that I streamed, like. Don't know why. View full summary again. How do I do that? Oh, the lag. I apologize. Okay, so it should be in stream summary basically, but super laggy. I apologize. I know this is going to be like really annoying for people to sit through if they are. And then, excuse me, I'm sorry. Like, I'm having a moment. My body is having a moment. Maybe I should just go offline during this. Stream manager, statistics, analytics, same difference. Good for you. Maybe you should look at your entire life then and figure out how you got to where you are. Stream summary. And I guess I could go to achievements. It'll probably be in there. No, shut the fuck up already. I am not on the phone. Then why am I holding it? You literally ask a question about every little thing. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why do you talk like that? Why do you move like that? Why do you laugh like that? Why do you sound like that? Literally every little thing that I do, constantly a question. Why? Failed to load a module. Why? Bad internet connection. Yeah. Good for you. Everyone's gonna hate you for it, but yeah, sure. Who are you talking to? On whose mic? Aw. And it goes nowhere. What are you even trying to accomplish? They just sit there and do the same things over and over and over again, and you say the same thing over and over and over again each and every time. You are. No. No. It's been ongoing, and I've had to reset my passwords multiple times. I have all the emails to prove it. Yeah, forgot. Forgot. Yeah, and I can easily clear it up by saying, yeah, I didn't forget my password, but that's literally the only option that they have to reset your password is you click the I forgot my password button. I'm condescending because all you ever do is ask stupid questions that go nowhere and just circulate your own logic with yourself. That makes no sense to anyone. I know, and you're crazy. So get over it. I'm gonna get off, and you have nothing to say about it. Okay? Capiche? Because I don't hear anything. Nope, even if you say something, I don't hear it. No, no play on words. It is what it is. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay. So they're saying I'm ignoring an investigation, and yeah, now they're gonna delete everything that they're trying to post. Because they're trying to fit what they're saying to what I'm saying and pretending I'm on a phone call when I'm not. As if I have to prove that, but I will anyway because I'm taking every measure, every possible measure that I can. Oh, there's my name. What? What? Alright, why is this not loading? You know what? It's not important. It's not. It's just not. So I'm just gonna close this. Doesn't matter how long I've been streaming. If I die, they can just pull it up through Twitch itself. So I can say, how long have they been streaming for? And go through all that footage if they want to. Or whatever. But the same has been consistent. I do literally the same thing every single day, which is basically sleep, watch YouTube, Netflix, sing, eat, take care of my dog. Sometimes I go to the doctors. And that's basically it. That's like my life right now. Alright, so I am kind of thinking, wasn't I gonna post the last video? Not really. Why do I need to? Time to check my YouTube and see if there are any comments on the videos I have been posting. I do have some notifications, but what are they about? Just videos being posted. That's not necessarily good for what I'm hoping for, but I mean, people hopefully are at least watching, so. Yeah, some views. Hacked live on Twitch. Got some views there. Okay. I mean, views are all I really care about. If people are seeing it, then it matters. I have some game footage that people actually don't even really pay much attention to, so they can't be here for my gaming. And then, whoops, my live streams. 4 months ago. So, what is it? 12, so 8 August. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That doesn't sound right. How did I live stream 4 months on YouTube? How did I live stream 4 months ago? Are they all? Yeah, I mean that's where I started, isn't it?
To re-experience that.
$27 now. Me not responding to people claiming to be taping me with consent or my best intentions in mind. So this is the first video that I posted on YouTube. And the description is basically this. Documenting myself 24/7 with IR, infrared camera flash detection, which was a filter that I use every now and then, with the intent to protect myself from people looking to harm me while I work on a lawsuit against medical malpractice and people threatening my life and those around me. I'm 26 years old, 27 now, transgender male to female, she, her pronouns only, please. And my name is Brianna Thorne, currently living in California. I have backlogs of videos on my laptop that are too long to upload of me not responding to people claiming to be taping me with consent or my best intentions in mind, trying to get in front of the fact that they are the ones targeting me. People have been claiming to help me or to be watching me for my protection, but again, they're the ones trying to harm me and filming me with malicious intent from my perspective. Let's see. I lost my... If I'm crazy like they try to make me out to be, then that's fine and I'll get the help I need. If I'm lying like they will claim that I am, then why am I filming myself now of all times protecting myself? They'll claim to know me better than I know myself or claim that I'm something that I'm not, but better crazy than dead, I say. I'll probably talk about what I experienced when I feel up to it throughout my live stream. And I may be sleeping or eating or completely not even paying attention to chat or comments at all. This is mostly just to protect myself. But it's also to protect people who are watching and trying to engage with me, because I don't want the people watching me trying to hack my phone, trying to hack my stream and everything to know who you are. So that's my intent there. Let's see. So I tested negative for COVID. I don't know why I'm having so many breathing problems all of a sudden, because I tested negative for COVID. I'm taking cold medicine. Not regularly. So I guess I could take it a bit more often and see if that clears up what's going on with my throat and my lungs. But I already commented on this before, is that I've been losing my voice since I went to Connecticut. So I don't know. We shall see. I got sick out there. They found an infection in my kidney slash liver. I'm not entirely sure because they didn't even seem sure like what they were even looking at. But it's kind of like a bean shaped weird thing. Kind of, I guess it's a kidney, right? It would be like a kidney. Anyway, and they said that I had, what was it? I tested positive for hepatitis A, which they did not actually medicate me for. They didn't give me any antibiotics for it. I'm lucky that my own body helped fight off, the infection itself. It could have gotten way worse than it actually is, because now I have what appears to be fatty liver disease. And they didn't go into details about how that might be causing any of my health issues. Because I don't drink that much. I stopped drinking heavily when I was about 20 years old, and then I had issues with occasionally binging, but I honestly kind of stopped drinking for a long time, and now I have like a mixed drink here or there, or like a mixed drink here or there, like a beer or a couple glasses of wine, or I'll get like a skinny bottle if I'm just feeling like you know, it happens. Sometimes you just want to have a good time by yourself. But I got over it. What else? Sciatica. I have sciatica now, which is nerve damage. What else? That's all I can think of. But there's probably more. Feels like there's just more and more and more. What else was I thinking about? I feel like my skull also has like gotten tighter, so my brain may be either swelling, and it has been causing some mental issues. I wouldn't say anything bad, except for being a bit slower than I used to be, and I have videos from when I recorded before and YouTube videos basically showing like how I used to be when I first got here to now. The progression of whatever it is that I'm dealing with has basically only gotten worse over the past like half a year-ish. Yeah. And I'm not getting anything from the hospital. I requested all my medical records months ago and they haven't sent me anything. I requested it in writing and I requested it in email. They haven't sent me anything. I sent everything that I had on my end to a representative for a law firm, and they said that I definitely had a lawsuit and they had to wait for someone to pick it up. Still waiting on that. I texted the representative to see what they would say, and I haven't gotten a response to see if anyone's looked at it, to see if it fell off the radar, to see if it was even filed in the first place. So I need to figure out what I can do for money to actually sit down with a lawyer, like in office, and actually go over everything that I have, paperwork, screenshots, videos, um, medical records that I have now to prove that the doctors here treated me for something that they should have caught over there. Even my own doctor um, looked at the x-rays that I got and was like, he hardly even knew what he was looking at. But he did say that they would have to redo all of my testing that I had gotten over there all over again. Every single thing they said that they had to redo because they didn't do their due diligence. They didn't treat me for the infection that I had. I was peeing blood, by the way. I was peeing blood. They found crystals in my urine. I felt like my intestines were gonna fall out. I felt discomfort in my abdomen for months on end. I I went to the doctor to get the x-rays done, abdomen, I can't even say it. Abdominal x-rays. There we go. And compressions to like feel around the area and everything to make sure everything was intact and okay. And they even wrote it in their doctor's notes that there was like incomplete distension. So my bowels were distended. They didn't treat me for that. They didn't even say, hey, like, something's going on inside you and we need to take a peek. That would have been the key point to give me a referral to send me to a GI specialist, gastrointestinal specialist. They didn't do that. I think at one point around December, maybe a little before then, they gave me antibiotics, which helped clear up some of the more apparent issues that I was having, like severe pain, issues going to the bathroom, peeing blood. Those did start to get cleared up. But after I finished my round of antibiotics, they only gave me one, by the way, for this. One round of antibiotics. And I kept going back. I kept going back to the doctor for the same issue over and over and over again. Abdominal pain, bladder pain, joint pain in my left side. What else? And issues using the bathroom multiple times. No one asked if I had ever been seen for it before. No one asked if there was prior testing done ever. Multiple times looking at my MyChart. After a doctor's visit, they would note that there were no previous scans available for comparison. Multiple times. So they weren't even looking at my chart. Let's see. While I was an inpatient at L&M Hospital, they made it pointedly obvious to keep me away from other patients in a singular room by the nurse's station, where people constantly kept opening the door. Every 5 minutes when I was trying to sleep, someone was opening the door, peeking in on me. Freaky as all hell. Never asked me if I wanted to be placed anywhere else, but when another patient came in after me, a woman, a natural-born woman, she was given free rein. She was given towels upon entry, changes of clothes, extra blankets. She was told she could use the women's shower in their dorms. I was forced to use the common bathroom that didn't even have a lock on the door. Anyone could have walked in and like stabbed me or something with a pencil. And I overheard it too. I overheard people talking about it. Because this new patient, I didn't know before, but she knew me. Apparently, one of her friends, and I'm not going to say how they probably knew who I was, but through this other friend, they knew who I was. So I never met this bitch before, ever in my life. And she would go around to all the other patients and say, I don't like her. I don't like her. You know why I don't like her, right? She's weird. Like, um, there's something not right about her. She's unnatural. Like, why is she here? Like, yeah, just really fucking weird. Talking to other patients about me when I didn't know her. She just got there and trying to act all buddy buddy to my face, asking me, like, what's good to eat? Like, where should I order? And if I knew how to leave. She literally asked me if I knew how to leave. And honestly, I had just gotten the paperwork that another patient told me. I had to hear it from another patient. Like, hey, you're a volunteer here. All you have to do is ask for the paper for the volunteer release form. Sign that, and they'll ship it off to their main office, and you're good to go. You can leave whenever you want because you walked in. You walked in. And no nurses told me that. No nurses told me that I could just request a release form and be done with it and get out of there. I didn't even want to be there to begin with. I was a volunteer solely on the basis that they wouldn't let me leave the emergency room. It wasn't even an emergency. At that point, they treated me as if I wasn't even supposed to be there. And then another patient died while like screaming next to me in the adjacent room, like begging for someone to come help him. He had to use the bathroom and he was ignored for hours. And we're locked in, okay? The thought didn't even cross my mind to call out for help because he was already doing it. He was doing the work. And we had cameras in our freaking rooms. No one was watching, no one was paying attention, and if no one was in the office, everyone should have been fired. Every last person who was there. So I'm under the impression it's a hospital cover-up. They're covering their asses because maybe they wanted that guy dead and I wasn't supposed to be there, but I witnessed it. It happened right next to me. All right? No one came to help this guy. And then like a day or two later, someone came to look at the body. Like a full day or two. I was out in the hallway at this point trying to leave because I messed with the fire alarm to try and set it off. No one said anything at that point. They just said, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was just curious what it was. I broke my glasses. Like, I just wanted to know what it was. It was red. It was there. I don't know. I was curious. What ended up doing it, why they put me in the hall, was because I tried to kill myself in that room. And they didn't report it. They didn't report it in the file. They didn't try to come and rescue me or help me whatsoever. I broke my glasses and tried to actually cut my neck open. I grabbed a plastic fork, broke it until it was sharp enough to stab myself in the neck. And they didn't come in. They just watched. And when that didn't do it, and I was like, okay, not only are they ignoring me, they let another guy die in here. So they're hoping the same thing will happen to me. What I had been overhearing of people wanting to torture me, I was not going to let that happen, okay? So the final straw, I tried to drown myself with the little bottles of water that they gave me. Ladies, stop! Come here. And they didn't even come in and say anything. They just sat there and they just washed in the nurse's station. And so like I was like heaving. I could not even breathe. I was heaving and I was like, I'm not dying. I'm not dying, so I'm gonna have to push it even further. So I went out into the hallway, grabbed a paper towel from the little pull down thing, turned on the sink, and like wet it and stuffed it in my air pipe so I would die. And I held it in there. And that's when they finally came in. I was starting to pass out on my bed. And you know what my thought was? Oh fuck no. They're trying to stop me from killing myself so I will suffer. They want me to suffer. Cuz they didn't stop me before when I could have like stabbed all the way through my neck with that fork. They didn't stop me then. So let me tell you, one of the most peaceful deaths you will ever have the displeasure of experiencing, and I hope you never do, is asphyxiation. As scary as it sounds, not being able to breathe is a very natural thing, and you're going to be terrified when it happens and as it's happening. And I'm talking to you from experience because it's happened. You just start to go numb after a while. You'll get blurry vision, and then you'll just start to pass out like you're just going to sleep. That's what it was like for me. And they waited until that point to jump in. And I vomited all over the floor, and there was a pill that they had given me like the previous night, when I overheard the other guy next to me die. The pill that they gave me made me feel like I had to use the bathroom really fucking badly. I sat on that toilet for like 5 minutes, pissing like a racehorse, feeling like my entire bladder was like filling up my groin area. It felt like it was stretched all the way across my hips. And it was like wibbly wobbly. And I remember just feeling that release of pressure and just like thanking my lucky stars that I did not like pop, because I felt like I was gonna pop. And the blood tests that they took, not conclusive. They took one vial, a small vial, like that big. One vial to test for narcotics, to test for STDs, to test for any other diseases that may be in me, or any substances. And they were inconclusive. And the fact that they were inconclusive and they didn't even take further blood is also fucking awful. They told me upon release that my blood was too thick and they had no idea why. They set me up with a doctor after I was discharged from the hospital, like immediately. Her name was Carly. I went to her clinic. Everything was set up. I filled out the patient paperwork and I waited for this Carly to show up, and she never did. I can't tell if the front desk clerk person called them or the doctor called her, but it looked like she called them, and they weren't even there. They weren't even in the office. They didn't say, hey, do you want to wait? Like, you have an appointment. They didn't even ask if I wanted to wait for them to show up or be done doing whatever it was that they said they were doing. But they didn't see me, and they didn't call me after the fact to reschedule. And the hospital didn't follow up with the appointment either. They didn't say, hey, like, you're released from this mental hospital. We think you need more help, so we'll set you up with this appointment, but we're not going to follow through and make sure that you keep the appointment. We're not going to follow through and make sure that you're getting the outside help that you need. None of it. No emails. No paper mail, no phone calls, nothing. But I still was in IOP, inpatient outpatient program. It was basically like this. You just like a Zoom meeting, yeah. And I was in it for like a month and a half, like 2 months ish. And they didn't even ask about if I was getting help from an outside doctor. They didn't even ask about the official appointment that I had because I would have told them, like, yeah, she wasn't even there and didn't bother trying to call me to reschedule. She didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. I'm starting to wonder if the entire healthcare system in Connecticut is just a scam. Yale New Haven, everybody. Yale New Haven Health. If you're questioning the level of medical care and you live in Connecticut, I would look into it. I would tell them that I'm not happy with the level of medical care that you are giving me. And I would tell your friends to do the same thing, and their friends, and your family and their family. I went over basically like the bill of um, like what I was paying for while I was staying there at the hospital. And there were charges there that I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what? I was there for 2 weeks-ish, and you're paying these people like $100,000 for what? The insurance, by the way. I had governmental health insurance that was covering my hospital stay. And a lot of the charges were just like, they weren't itemized. It was just like, you spoke to this person, didn't say like what the conversation was about, didn't say what how long. Actually, I think it did say how long the conversation was because I can look that up myself. Um, what else? What else? The therapist or psychologist, or I don't even remember her credentials, whatever she was, who was prescribing me my medications. Um, I remember a lot of the insurance charges towards her were like $7,000 and higher. And I'm like, for what? We rarely ever speak about anything. And when we do, it's not even for a full hour. We talked maybe one time for a full hour, and that was the intake appointment. Like the rundown of like why we're talking, getting the gauge of my emotional range, getting the gauge of my intellectual range. Am I placed in reality? Am I having delusions? What am I experiencing basically on a day-to-day basis? And if I was having problems, she was nice enough to dissect them and we could go over them. But I didn't like the way she was prescribing me. And I did make that, I made that known on multiple occasions. Like, I don't want to be on a bunch of medications. I want like, I want to try like one or two at a time, not like a list of them that I have to take like one in the morning and then when I eat and then at night, and if you can't sleep, then take another, and if that doesn't help, then take another. That's basically how she prescribed me. And I was like, just starting off on whatever regimen that they had. And how are you supposed to know that a lower dose wouldn't work if you didn't start me there? How would you know that? Like, I was on way too much of way too much. And she just prescribed me more when I was like telling her, I basically told her off. I was like, I don't like the fact that you're sticking your nose in my family business. You kind of crossed the line when you spoke to my mom and tried to get her to call the police on me. And you tried to convince me that she did call the police on me. And I talked to my mom about it, and she said, yeah, they tried to make me call the police because you were talking about getting a gun. She didn't want to go into why I was talking about getting a gun. It was just, you're not allowed to have it. You're a risk. That was basically the rundown. And I didn't like that either. And I said, you can't just give me more medication because you don't like how I'm talking to you. And she blatantly, to my face, said, you are being a bully. You're a bully. And I was shocked. I didn't know what to say at that point. I was like, no, you're being a bully. You're my therapist. You're not allowing me to speak about my issues, and you're not allowing me to create my own care plan about what I can do to make myself better. You made me out to feel like you know better and I'm just a stupid person. That was it. And what therapist calls their patient a bully? Like, what? She overstepped. I put my boundaries clear in the sand that I wasn't okay with it, and she stood firm. She's like, I stand by what I did. Clear as day. She didn't apologize. There was no, I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. Like, even that would have been like, okay, well, she's sorry she made me uncomfortable at least. It was just flat out, no. I did what I thought was best. Not to mention that the help call is what she called it. It was a mental help call. Because I was in the shower and I didn't pick up the phone fast enough at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon when I was getting ready to have time to spend with my boyfriend. And he was on the emergency call list. If they couldn't reach me, they should have called him. And he should have told them that, no, they're in the shower. Like, they can't get to the phone right now. They're in the shower. And I had to come out of the bathroom to police in my apartment, in my living room. No warning from my boyfriend that someone was going to be coming. Nothing at all. So they didn't call him because he would have told me that someone was coming. He would have. What else? I don't like it. It's slimy. The way that they made me feel inside the hospital and the way that they made me feel outside the hospital. I felt locked and trapped no matter where I was. And I even called to apologize to the bitch. And yeah, I'm gonna call her a bitch because that's what she fucking acted like. How dare you try to force my mom to call the police because, oh, I want a gun to protect myself. I don't feel safe here. The entire reason I went to you in the first place was because I felt like I was being stalked, harassed, and threatened. That was the entire reason why I was in the hospital in the first place. And they treated me like I was the problem. It's not like I have a history of violence. It's not like I have a history of attacking people. I'm not a felon. I don't have a record. So understand why they treated me as if I did, as if I was a danger to society. And I wonder, I'm going to ask my mom because I have a sneaking suspicion that this therapist, this psychologist, whoever you may actually be, um, may have way overstepped their bounds and talked to my mother as a mother. And I'm starting to wonder if this was because her daughter was my roommate. Of course. I mean, that's all I can think of. So, I wonder what these people think that they're doing. I wonder if they are working together for some reason. I need to find out who these people actually are because they are way too technologically advanced to just be some random ass people. I think they're people with stature and I think they're people with money who are throwing their weight around. That's what I believe wholeheartedly. And hmm, I know for a fact they're going to get caught because of all of the scans that they did perform and seem to be missing from my chart. I got a full body. I did. I got a full body CT scan in Connecticut, and it's just gone. It's not in my chart. What else? Never went over the scan with me either. Didn't follow up with a doctor to go over the scan with me. No one did. No one. A full body CT scan with no one to go over the results with. It's not in my chart. No doctor saw me about it. She didn't even contact me about it. It was kind of like I didn't even see her in like an actual office where you just, you go in, you set up, you sit on the outside, they let you into the doctor's room, you wait for them to come in. No, they just called me right in. They're just like, yeah, come on, let's get a CT scan right now. Yeah, the fuck they did. Walked in, said hi, like I had an appointment, but that's not the point. They just took me straight to the CT scan. After the scan was done, they sent me on my way. And that was it. They didn't say, hey, like you can stick around and wait for the results. You can view them yourself. You can wait for the doctor to go over them for you, or they'll be in your my chart for you to review yourself. Nothing, none of it. And I did look into this myself, and throwing this around may be slanderous, but I mean, looking at the reviews of the hospital, what are they going to do at this point? And the lawsuits that they're already dealing with, they might have been like a pharmaceutical level, like gang activity thing going on. I think that might be what was happening. And they probably thought that I was there scoping out the place or whatever. Um, I shouldn't have even been where I was in the hospital. I should have been taken directly to an emergency room to be taken care of. My arm was gashed open. I had to make it believable. And like thinking back, it was a mistake. I should not have gone that route. But I mean, at the same time, it made it, if what I'm thinking about the hospital is right, it made it more, it made it more needed, more necessary for them to actually give me antibiotics, a tetanus shot, um, and a COVID shot. They gave me both at the same time. They didn't even ask if I wanted it, by the way. They actually asked me if I was vaccinated, and I told them yes. It was a lie, but that's my right as a patient. I wasn't vaccinated at the time, and that's fine. No one needs to get vaccinated. That is a human right. You can decide for yourself. Um, what's next? No one was wearing masks in there either. And they said it was because, oh, COVID, you have to stay in your room because COVID. No one wore a fucking mask. There were patients in the hall who didn't have a mask. What else? I mean, if I have to, it's all literally just the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I can just keep talking about it. These people want me to shut up, and I might just fall over dead one day because they get tired of hearing about their failure. And I know you're still up there watching me, and I can't wait to just on camera one day and just everyone's just like, oh, she was right. Oh my God. That part won't happen. Um, but they'll just be all like, okay, yeah, it happened. What can we do about it? How can we prove it? Cool beans. Um, I don't know. I've been talking for an hour. I'm gonna stop the recording here, start a new one, keep streaming, and just keep on going. That's all I can do. This one I'm actually gonna post.